Gina Venuza, 15001 Southwest 76th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33158. No question, just wanted to record my support for building the bridge. I am a Palmetto Bay resident for almost 20 years. I live north of the proposed bridge, but I do support it to relieve traffic. I actually support completing the entire grid as originally planned when our area was first developed. I also support extending the Metro Rail line all the way south. Maria Newman, 17474 Southwest 79th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am opposed to a bridge on 87th Avenue. I actually took a drive to the other side of where the bridge would be built the other day. I found a very peaceful, quiet neighborhood. Why would Commissioner Corin Higgins want to destroy this neighborhood so traffic from Cutler Bay and south can gain 20 blocks? Eventually, all this traffic will end up back into US 1, 82nd Avenue, 77th Ave, or Old Cutler Road and create gridlock again. So what is accomplished? Palmetto Bay is not Cutler Bay's traffic solution at the expense of homeowners losing their quiet community to traffic. Andrew A. Newman, 17474 Southwest 79th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. As a 65-year resident of Miami-Dade County with more than the last 20 years spent in Palmetto Bay, I am writing to ensure that my disapproval of the proposed Southwest 87th Bridge project is heard. I do not believe the bridge projects will solve traffic issues in South Dade. County officials should listen to Palmetto Bay government leaders as well as area residents who voice their opposition to quality life issues as well as the lack of current valid traffic data. David Paula, 17070 Southwest 84th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I'm a resident of Palmetto Bay, and I am for the building of the bridge on 87th Ave. Our politicians in Palmetto Bay have let us down by allowing our neighborhood to get destroyed by cut-through traffic. None of the traffic calming measures they've put in place have made a significant impact in reducing cut-through traffic or improving traffic flow. It's time to put politics aside and do what is right. Gabrielle Marti, 15689 Southwest 84th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am strongly opposed to the building of the bridge on 87th Avenue. I chose to purchase a home in the vicinity to raise a family in a quiet and safe neighborhood. The building of this bridge will forever upset this tranquility. Daniel Insom, 8911 Southwest 160th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. My household and neighbors oppose the 87th Avenue Bridge to nowhere. We oppose sacrificing our neighborhood for an antiquated plan that will never achieve its intended outcome. Any anticipated gains in travel time will certainly be negated or made worse by additional traffic that circumvents US 1, often at the direction of Aloud-driven apps such as Waze. As a consequence, this plan will do nothing more than propagate and intensify gridlock deeper into Palmetto Bay communities, both north and south of the canal. I wish we still lived in a world where building this bridge solved our traffic problems, but that world existed more than 50 years ago. Over a half a century later, South Dade is now a major population center that requires bigger solutions that meet our traffic needs at scale. A bridge at 87th will be but a drop in the ocean of our traffic problems. It would provide no meaningful gains, ruin neighborhoods for no good reason, and waste taxpayer money. It's time to invest in plans that provide real traffic relief to the greatest number of residents. Lastly, it is important to note that the most recent iteration of this plan was revived by a commissioner that was not voted into office. As such, we have been deprived our democratic right to shape, defend, and sustain our community and its neighbors by vote. Nicole Paula, 17070 Southwest 84th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am writing to show my support for the bridge on 87th. My husband and I bought our home in Palmetto Bay due to the quiet neighborhood and excellent schools. Over the years, we have seen an influx of traffic, specifically on our street. At times, cars are backed up, and to even leave my driveway in the mornings is a challenge. There have been times where I have to sit in my car at the edge of my driveway for 5 to 10 minutes until someone is nice enough to allow me to exit my property and drive onto 84th Ave. Furthermore, my children have been unable to play and ride their bicycles safely as there are cars speeding through the neighborhood. The cut-through traffic has destroyed the possibility of the life we envisioned for our family. I strongly encourage the building of the bridge on 87th to enable a sense of normalcy for the generations to come as more and more younger couples are purchasing homes in the neighborhood, which means more children playing outside in the future. The livelihood and safety of our children is most important and the reason we sought to grow our family in Palmetto Bay. I support the bridge and I pray that it becomes reality. Pedro Cedeno, 15940 Southwest 85th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I am respectfully requesting your support against the construction of the 87th Avenue Bridge. The cost effectiveness of this project, when considering the minimal traffic alleviation, would bring to a few and substantially increasing traffic for the most impacted residents is clearly terrible. Not to mention the speeding that already occurs at the nearest crossroads of Southwest 160th Street will surely increase, potentially bringing devastation to the multitude of families with small children and pets that could very easily wander to the street. This project was never given the opportunity for public input from the most impacted constituents, those of Palmetto Bay. The $3.1 million budget for this project could be allocated in a much better way than this. This, quite frankly, is a colossal waste of money. George Lima, 8701 Southwest 142nd Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33176. The proposed bridge on 87th Avenue is a danger to my family. The traffic that will bypass US 1 through 87th Ave will directly endanger the safety of my daughters, my wife, and myself. We walk this neighborhood every day, and the new traffic will pose tremendous dangers to our lives and health because there are no sidewalks on 87th Ave for several blocks, both south and north of my driveway. This will also cause the value of my property to decrease by thousands of dollars overnight. Additionally, it makes no sense as the traffic will hit a dead end on 441st Street, a block away from my house, causing the exact same problem being supposedly addressed by them bringing or making it worse because 141st is a very narrow single-lane street. This project offers no short or long-term benefits for any of the affected residents, neither south, east, or west of 87th Ave. I ask you to please vote no to this project and help keep my family and neighbors safe. David Medina, 14901 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33176. Diverting a bunch of traffic which is trying to avoid US 1 over a bridge in the neighborhoods is not the solution to congestion problems in the city. City planners need to come up with a better solution that won't destroy the value of Palmetto Bay. Ray Santa Maria, 8405 Southwest 141st Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. Our family moved to Palmetto Bay in 2007. Since then, we have enjoyed riding bikes, jogging, and even skateboarding to the village parks. Building the 87th Avenue Bridge would divert rush hour traffic on our street and increase the chances of someone getting seriously injured. Please find another to reroute traffic, congestion, and preserve our quiet streets. Nora Robbins, 15280 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. Please do not allow the 87th Avenue Bridge to be built. This connection will not solve any traffic issues as it delivers commuters only about 1.5 miles north of the bridge to a dead end facing another canal with no bridge then a parking lot. Supposedly, this new access may shorten a commute by 4 to 5 minutes. Meanwhile, it would forever change neighborhoods both north and south of the bridge. These are well-established neighborhoods where people walk and ride bikes daily. This bridge will funnel hundreds and hundreds of additional cars daily past two schools. Children still walk or ride bikes to these schools. We successfully fought this bridge issue in 2018. At that time, Mayor Levine Cava was the commissioner for District 8. She realized that this bridge would not solve the traffic problems, but would severely damage neighborhoods both north and south of the bridge. Her testimony convinced the rest of the county commission to vote against the bridge. Please stop this bridge and place a permanent moratorium on future bridge proposals. Ramiro and Mary C. McKeeling, 16185 Southwest 84th Place, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. As residents of Palmetto Bay for 24 years, we strongly oppose the potential bridging project over 87th Avenue between Southwest 164th Street and Southwest 163rd Terrace. Diverting traffic from busy streets to peaceful residential streets is wrong and will harm resident safety, peace, and may lower home values. Equally important, it will be a costly project to gain access to 10 additional blocks. It is a waste of funds. Please stop this madness. Paul Borgelli, 15920 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I have lived at my home corner of Southwest 87th Avenue and 160th Street for nearly 38 years. One reason I chose this home is because there was no bridge over the C100 canal. I knew the area would remain quiet as it has always been. Now comes a proposal to bridge said canal. This bridge will not solve any current traffic problems along US 1 or Cutler Road. The bridge will ruin several lovely, quiet neighborhoods. Our quality of life will be shattered. I beg of you to permanently shelve this ill-conceived project. Vanessa Guzman, 8805 Southwest 162nd Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I'm opposed to the Southwest 87th Bridge. This is only a temporary solution that would affect the life of the residents around the area immediately and all Palmetto Bay residents forever. Adding alternative roads is an invitation to our southern neighborhoods to use the village of Palmetto Bay streets instead of US 1 or other major roads. It would only take a few minutes to make the situation worse by having more people drive around Palmetto Bay and affecting everybody's quality of life. The village of Palmetto Bay is a family-oriented community where people enjoy the outside living. Families ride their bikes and walk around the neighborhood. Adding more traffic to the village is not the solution to the unplanned and uncontrollable development in the South. Christopher Person, 17220 Southwest 84th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. For the past 5 years, excluding 2020, my family has been held hostage every day. Below, see the escalating dangerous gridlock that the lack of a connective bridge at 87th Avenue causes on our side streets for hours, 5 days a week. It is so dangerous that it requires police patrol and traffic enforcement every single day, though some days we simply don't have the officers available. I have gotten friendly with one of the officers who tells me she issues dozens of citations for sign running and reckless driving in a matter of hours in one day. I would imagine the total number to be well over 100 over the past years. This is much more volume than our side street is capable of containing or designed for. These are commuters simply trying to get their kids to school and go to work, and the situation is so bad that they will run a stop sign, drive northbound in the southbound lanes, etc., just to get 1 or 2 car lengths ahead and then sit still. Imagine their grief when this is compounded with a $174 traffic ticket. All because the Miami-Dade County grid is not complete, and they are forced to add 45 minutes to an hour a day to their commute. Any situation on a side street such as ours, 84th Ave, and the adjacent streets that requires this much police presence calls for swift action by the TPO. Please pass the resolution to build a bridge to greater improve the traffic flow, as the bridges leads to 4 other arterial rests, 160th, 152nd, 144th, and US 1, all of which are direct routes to schools, supermarkets, hospitals, urgent care centers, and more. This bridge is a crucial piece of the puzzle, and the chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Yet here, we don't even have a link. Kathy Kincaid, 17345 Southwest 88th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. This in regards to the proposed bridge at 87th Ave and 163rd Street. I am opposed due to the fact that Palmetto Bay has been approving projects that compromise the peacefulness in our neighborhoods. We relocated here for the quiet and peace, but it seems that Palmetto Bay politicians are being bought out by developers with no regards to the residents of the area. George Sanabria, 8345 Southwest 169th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33146. The purpose of this email is to express my opinion about the bridge proposal for Palmetto Bay. I am against building the 87th Ave bridge. In my opinion, the bridge will not solve any traffic issues. Once completed, this new road will bring cars off US 1 and into our neighborhood. It makes no sense to reroute traffic off a main highway into a neighborhood. I understand that you all have tough decisions to make and cannot please everyone. I hope that you decide to once again vote against the bridge and put this giant to bed for good. Belkis Medina, 14901 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, 33176. A bridge routing traffic into Palmetto Bay neighborhoods is not a solution to the traffic problems we are facing. All you need to do to understand this is to go to the LA Fitness parking lot in the morning to watch hundreds of cars racing through there trying to avoid traffic. A real answer is needed, not a Band-Aid. Claudine and Victor Nelson, 15605 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. We moved to Palmetto Bay 5 years ago from a quiet community in Country Walk after living there for 19 years. The decision to move was quite simple. We wanted a quiet, safe community for our family. We loved that our son and daughter would be able to ride their bikes to Southwood without a problem or fear of accidents happening. While they have now moved on to high school and college and are mostly online, they still like to walk around the neighborhood like many of our surrounding neighbors. Our house sits 2 houses down from a four-way stop. Their cars fly through, ignoring the stop signs and police officers placed by the Palmetto Bay Village. If people are running stop signs now, imagine what will happen when traffic increases. I have heard people say that county traffic should stay on county roads. I do agree. However, at what expense? At the expense of our neighborhood safety, of our children's safety? There must be another solution. I feel for our neighbors that live south of 168th Street. They should not have to sit in traffic for hours. However, opening the bridge will not solve their issue. It will only move the problem into another neighborhood. The bridge is not really a solution. It is only a temporary one. The traffic circle that was placed on 168th Street is a huge contributor to the traffic jam for the traffic traveling north. Commuters will always find an alternate route to get to where they are going and cut into the quiet surrounding streets. Apps such as Waze will make sure that the driver goes through the quickest route, and unfortunately, it will be on the side roads that are not set up for heavy traffic flow. The last time this item was presented to the TPO, it was voted down based on the recommendation of the then Commissioner Levine Cava. We are requesting that you please consider the quiet neighborhoods and the safety of our community when the vote is made. Jared Gillen and Evangelia Gillen, 9020 Southwest 157th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I, Jared Gillen and Evangeline Gillen, owners at 9020 Southwest 157th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, would like to formally request your support for the immediate approval of funding and construction of the 87th Avenue Bridge. Vehicles currently enter Palmetto Bay via 160th 157th and 156th Streets from US 1. This bridge focuses on keeping the traffic on the main avenues 87th Ave and would keep the smaller cross streets much safer. Please consider helping the Palmetto Bay residents on these streets and move forward with the construction of a bridge over the C100 Canal at 87th Avenue from 164th Street to Southwest 163rd Terrace. Benjamin Vilches, 9040 Southwest 157th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I, Benjamin Vilches, owner at 9040 Southwest 157th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, would like to formally request your support for the immediate approval of funding and construction of the 87th Avenue Bridge. Vehicles currently enter Palmetto Bay via 160th, 157th, and 156th Streets from US 1. This bridge focuses on keeping the traffic on the main avenues, 87th Avenue, and will keep the smaller cross streets much safer. Please consider helping the Palmetto Bay residences on these streets and move forward with the construction of a bridge over the C100 Canal at 87th Avenue from Southwest 164th Street to Southwest 163rd Terrace. Joseph Miorelli, 8481 Southwest 142nd Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. The Miami-Dade County Citizen Bill of Rights ensures that we, the people of Miami-Dade County, have a right to be heard before the County Commission for the debate and vote on any resolution or ordinance. On April 20, 2020, the County Commissioner Chairman Jose Pepe Diaz passed Ordinance 20-838, allegedly giving the county powers to respond to the COVID-19 emergency. But in truth, this ordinance stripped the people of their rights to be heard. Pepe Diaz stole your right to publicly voice objections before a vote on matters of any kind, including those affecting your homes, taxes, safety, schools, and roads. Over the last year, Pepe Diaz used this stolen power to place numerous items on the agenda of the Board of County Commissioners for a vote without providing the required notice to the public, and in some instances, even before other commissioners have had time to read or study what they were being asked to vote on. For example, on February 2nd, 2021, Commissioner Daniel Coyne Higgins sponsored a resolution to establish a countywide policy that the arterial road network extended without dead ends through the entire county. In plain language, this means Commissioner Coyne Higgins asked the county to build bridges over canals and possibly build streets through existing homes, neighborhoods, and commercial properties. Pepe Diaz, after robbing us of all of the right to be heard, forced a nearly secret vote on Coyne Higgins' neighborhood, destroying 87th Ave Bridge to nowhere. The county commissioners did not inform the families whose homes would be damaged that the vote was taking place. Imagine the mixture of horror and surprise this caused your Miami-Dade County neighbors when they learned their quiet streets leading to their homes and driveways is being turned into a major road with traffic similar to an intra-county highway. Emily Baldwin, 16125 Southwest 84th Place, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. As a resident of Palmetto Bay who lives near the proposed 87th Ave Bridge, I urge you to listen to what the majority of the residents of Palmetto Bay are telling you and have said and voted against in the past. Please do not build this bridge. While I certainly understand people's frustration with traffic, maybe saving some residents further south a few minutes in traffic is not worth forever disrupting a quiet neighborhood. I live by this street. I walk there with my children. It is peaceful, and that's why people gravitate to our safe, family-friendly neighborhood. We want to keep it this way. If there was substantial proof this would be a strong solution to our traffic problems, I would understand, but putting a single bridge on a quiet residential road is certainly not a long-lasting, effective solution. There are so many avenues to explore before disrupting this neighborhood. We need long-term traffic solutions on US 1, and this is not it. 1. Putting a bridge at 87 will attract traffic from US 1 into the streets of Palmetto Bay, especially with the use of traffic apps. 2. If a bridge is being added, there is no infrastructure to support the influx of traffic, and further backups will occur at the stop signs ahead and ultimately will serve as a source of auxiliary street traffic. 3. This bridge was proposed during COVID, when traffic is completely different and we are unsure of how it will be changed going forward. Using this pandemic as an excuse to rush this bridge being built is an inappropriate use of COVID-related emergency practices. The bridge is no way related to COVID and shouldn't be treated as such. 4. Please follow the appropriate avenues to allow public input. A committee of 4 residents from Palmetto Bay and Cutler Bay is not a reasonable solution. I have been following these CCC meetings, and those pro-bridge have been incredibly aggressive, and the entire thing is becoming a circus, pitting 2 towns against each other. Dario DeFazio, 8535 Southwest 160th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I urge you not to approve the Southwest 87th Avenue resolution. Approving the bridge at best would provide only a small reduction in 87th Avenue corridor congestion. It would, however, open neighborhoods to the north and south of the bridge to a substantial increase in cut-through traffic, potentially creating an unsafe area for the people living in this peaceful neighborhood. Research shows that streets with substantial cut-through traffic have some of the highest pedestrian and cyclist injury rates due to motor vehicle collisions. The bridge on Southwest 87th Avenue is not the answer to fix our problems. The cost of the bridge could be as high as $12 million, and there are many other effective ways of reducing congestion for this amount. Also, approving this first canal bridge could lead to 58 other possible canal bridge sites on 16 of the districts and cities represented on the Transportation Planning Organization Governing Board. Please do not pass this resolution. Thousands of people from Palmetto Bay do not deserve the stressful and unsafe environment this bridge will bring to our area. Carlos Harding, 8560 Southwest 150th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. We don't want the bridge on 87th Avenue. It doesn't make any sense. Stop the bridge. Victor Wong Chong, 16140 Southwest 88th Avenue Road. As a longtime Palmetto Bay resident for over 30 years, I'm writing to express my opposition to the construction of a bridge on Southwest 87th Ave in the Palmetto Bay area. It would grossly impact the lives of the many young families, retirees, and other residents in a negative way. It presents a safety issue since the adjoining streets do not have sidewalks for the many families that utilize these streets on a daily basis. Furthermore, the traffic backups will not be averted since 87th Avenue terminates in a T intersection at Southwest 142nd Street. Please reconsider this travesty and do not vote in favor of destroying my neighborhood. Brian Barnes, 18141 Southwest 84th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I support building the Southwest 87th Ave Bridge in Palmetto Bay. This bridge is sorely needed to address worsening traffic issues in South Miami-Dade. The leadership of the Village of Palmetto Bay has incorrectly tried to create the narrative that the majority of residents are against the bridge. This is false. Thousands of residents in Palmetto Bay, Cutler Bay, and Point South and North support the bridge, as they too recognize that connectivity is key, and the 87th Avenue Bridge will help improve traffic flow for all residents. I applaud District 8 Commissioner Danielle Cohen-Higgins for her efforts to bring this vitally important issue before the TPO and request that you approve the item immediately so the bridge can be built soon. Sandy Isom, 8911 Southwest 160th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I am writing to voice my concern and objection to the proposed 87th Ave Bridge. While I realize that traffic is a concern to all of us, this proposed bridge is not a solution to this issue. Continued development to the south needs to be reviewed and alternatives need to be looked at. The bridge will bring further traffic and safety issues north. Again, this is not a solution. What is the plan for the intersections at 152nd and 144th East and West at 87th Avenue and at US 1? Traffic moving westbound back over US 1 is sure to back up as the current situation allows for only 3 or 4 cars through per light. This will ultimately bring cars into neighborhood streets east of US 1. If safety is the main concern to the south, how is it reasonable answer to simply bring that traffic and congestion north? If school choice is a major contribution to traffic, perhaps the county needs to investigate why parents are fleeing their neighborhoods, schools to put their kids in schools to the north. If you continue to allow development in South Dade, where are the incentives to keep or build businesses there to keep commuters from flooding north each day? Please look for alternatives to the 40-year plan that simply has no place in today's South Miami. What has Commissioner Cohen Higgins done to develop an overall plan for this bridge to nowhere? How does this short stretch of 87th Ave improve our neighborhood? It doesn't. It will destroy it. What studies show where drivers on 87th Ave south of proposed bridge are headed? 152nd Street, 144th Street. What is the plan? Because the addition of one bridge is not a plan. It will cause more headaches and it will cost more money to put a feasible, workable plan into action. To allow cars to move north, a short stint on 87th Avenue, and then to move back to or across US 1 is not worth the safety and security of our neighborhoods. Please vote no on this proposal. Nicholas Bustle, 16240 Southwest 77th Avenue, Palmetto Bay 33157. I am writing to register my strong opposition to the bridging of Southwest 87th Avenue and Palmetto Bay. The reasons for my opposition are many. 1. Bridging at Southwest 87th Avenue and Palmetto Bay will serve as an open invitation from residents south of Palmetto Bay to flood even more traffic into an already untenable traffic situation. 2, it would also open the gate for bridging of other surface streets in Palmetto Bay, causing even more traffic issues, safety issues, and lifestyle issues in the village. 3, home values on affected streets would certainly be damaged severely, negatively, affecting the financial stability of those homeowners since the primary residence is almost always the most important financial asset anyone can have. 4, rushing into the bridging of the Southwest 87th Avenue and other streets now gives no time at all for the recent approved traffic circles on Oak Color at 184th, 152nd, and 67th Avenue to show their worth. If these circles work as planned, there may be no need at all for the bridges and would save millions in taxpayer dollars. It seems irresponsible to move ahead with bridging before we see the effect of the traffic circles. 5. Bridging surface streets in communities such as Palmetto Bay is only a band-aid on a broken arm. The real solution for traffic issues in South Dade are improvements to traffic flow on US 1 and true mass transit all the way to Florida City. Jaime Borja, 8640 Southwest 159th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. My name is Jaime Borja, and I live with my wife and 5 minor children in 8640 Southwest 159th Street. I write to you today to beg you not to proceed with the plans to build the 87th Avenue Bridge. Below are the reasons why I oppose building the bridge. Going ahead with the bridge will cause serious damage to the neighborhood. It will not only not solve the traffic problem, but it would make things worse. The bridge at best would provide only a small reduction in Southwest 87th Avenue corridor congestion. It would, however, open neighborhoods to the north and south of the bridge to a substantial increase in cut-through traffic. Research shows that streets with substantial cut-through traffic have some of the highest pedestrian and cyclist injury rates due to motor vehicle collisions. The cost of the bridge could be as high as $12 million, and there are many other effective ways to reducing congestion for this amount. Gabriela Rizzo, 7470 Southwest 173rd Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. Please do not approve the Southwest 87th Canal Bridge or any other canal bridges in Palmetto Bay, which will bring unbearable traffic to quiet streets and neighborhoods. Please find solutions that do not involve hurting the residents of Palmetto Bay by increasing through traffic. The bridge at best would provide only a small reduction in Southwest 87th Avenue corridor congestion. It would, however, open neighborhoods to the north and south of the bridge to a substantial increase in cut-through traffic. Research shows that streets with substantial cut-through traffic have some of the highest pedestrian and cyclist injury rates due to motor vehicle collisions. The cost of the bridge could be as high as $12 million, and there are many other more effective ways of reducing congestion for this amount. Roberto Buzzelli, this bridge is way overdue. It's time to add this avenue to a grid for connectivity. It's also necessary to reduce the response times for Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. Please vote yes to build this bridge. Caroline Delaney, 15805 Southwest 77th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I would like to urge you to vote no on the 87th Street Bridge project. The reduction in traffic of 4 to 5 minutes is no way justifies a project like this, which will have such a negative impact on our community. Additional traffic, noise, pollution, impact to property values are only a few of the impacts that we will feel. The most important decision we make is where we choose to live. Our greatest investment is our home. Please, as a homeowner in Palmetto Bay myself, I would like to ask you to think about what you love the most about where you live and how you would feel if that were under threat, especially if the reason for that threat was not justifiable. Lourdes Suarez, 8725 Southwest 155th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am writing to voice my strong opposition to the 87th Avenue Bridge. This issue has been voted on many occasions and has been clearly opposed by the residents of Palmetto Bay. The 20 blocks which would become available is not equipped for the amount of traffic circulation that this bridge would produce. This would not alleviate traffic in Old Color, 82nd Ave and 77th Ave. It would only congest these streets even more. 152nd Street will become a nightmare. Finally, this would destroy the peaceful neighborhood which many families have invested their money and lives. The residents in these areas have moved to this area for the quiet and family qualities it provides. Please do not be a part of the eradicating that. Other measures should be evaluated, including opening up the bus lanes in US 1. I ask that you please consider all the opposition this bridge has generated and the arguments being put forward. These arguments are more important than saving a few minutes or seconds on commute, if any. Melissa Nelson, 8620 Southwest 147th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33158. We are vehemently opposed to constructing the bridge on 87th Avenue. We have lived in Palmetto Bay for 40 years, and this same tired premise keeps rearing its ugly head. No, we do not want the bridge in our quiet neighborhood. It will not alleviate traffic problems. George Gutierrez, 8840 Southwest 162nd Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. My concern with the 87th Avenue Bridge is this will create more traffic, not just on 87th Ave, but all the side streets, including 88th Ave Road, which directly affects me. Many children play outside and adults walk on the streets all around my neighborhood since we have no sidewalks for the most part. Additionally, I am concerned about the travel speeds of these rush hour traffic drivers through the side streets. The heavier traffic will certainly create greater risk in my neighborhood and along 87th Avenue. Building this bridge does not solve or reduce the traffic problem on 87th Ave or elsewhere. We should look for solutions to the US 1 traffic congestion, explore using the bus lane during rush hour, or other creative ideas that benefit everyone, not spread the traffic problems all around our residential communities. I purchased my home last year because of this quiet, tranquil community. It is. We all would like for it to continue to be this way. Gerard Zadikoff, 16385 Southwest 86th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. You absolutely need to stop the bridge construction, potential thereof, on 87th Ave. This is devastating to our community in Palmetto Bay and does nothing to alleviate traffic. Studies prove that. I am an engineer with a tremendous history of involvement in difficult projects and over 30 years of experience. The solution is non-cynical and will not work. There are solutions that do work, but much more expensive. I believe this being put forward by a non-elected official of the commission in such a short time is also illegal at best. There seems to be an agenda by certain entities to make sure the bridge goes ahead. This will be uncovered, and I, for one, will file lawsuits on each and every member voting yes for this bridge. It does not work, and it destroys families and our family way of life. It will also reduce the property value, thus providing less tax revenue for the village and the county. Unfortunately, I cannot attend as I am very involved in an industry leaders council meeting where we are formulating the future of infrastructure in the USA. I sit on 2 committees and cannot miss this. As in this big picture, I need to look out for the future of all our communities in the USA that are in peril due to sea level rise and other climate change issues, as well as the overall safety to our communities throughout the USA. Please do not allow the 87th Avenue Bridge to go forward. Christina Bustle, 16240 Southwest 77th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. How many more emails do we need to send? The bridges will destroy our neighborhoods and only bring more traffic to the area. What is so confusing to everyone voting on this issue? Residents do not want this. Each resident of our household is strongly opposed to the bridging. Please vote no to keep our neighborhoods a pleasant community to live in. Again, vote no to bridging. Debbie Hutchins, 16100 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. This email is to express my absolute disapproval of the construction of a bridge on Southwest 87th Avenue. I am in total agreement with those who have stated that this will not solve traffic problems in South Dade. It will only increase the backup in another neighborhood. The way this was presented by the unelected commissioner from District 8 and handled by Board of County Commissioners was totally unhanded. There is no way that this item could have been considered a COVID emergency. When presented, the item was to complete a grid in all Miami-Dade County, but when the other commissioners heard this, that they were opposed to it in their own districts. When it was changed to only District 8, they changed their mind. Basically, it's okay for our part of District 8 to be ruined, but they certainly did not want to ruin any areas of their districts. Please vote against this bridge. Marcelli Zanetti, 7455 Southwest 166 Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. How will this bridge proposal make traffic better? The bridge would extend traffic on Southwest 87th Avenue for another 1.4 miles back to US 1. US 1 is always backed up with bumper-to-bumper traffic. You would destroy neighborhoods, endanger pedestrians, as well as create another bottleneck on 87th Avenue. The residents of Palmetto Bay have voted many times to stop the bridges. Is anyone listening to what the majority wants? Stop the bridges. Ron and Carol Caridad, 8480 Southwest 146th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. We want to express deep concern for the passing of the bridge on 87th Avenue. We purchased our house 8480 Southwest 146th Street, Palmetto Bay 33158 16 years ago. We never would have purchased it if we were aware of the cut-through traffic on the street, and now compounded with a potential bridge, if horrifying. About 12 years ago, my cat was hit and left dead as stray. I relocated when we moved here from a busy South Miami area where I thought I was doing her a favor. Cars fly down this street, cutting through from 82nd Avenue to 87th and vice versa. This past summer, again, we had to call the police due to a white Mustang going at least 60 miles an hour while we were out front doing yard work. It is dangerous for our children to walk to their neighbors' homes to play. We do not walk our dogs around the block in fear that someone will not pay attention and will fly by and hit them. A few years ago, there was a school bus driver flying down the street and my neighbor at 8505 Southwest 146th Street made the motion for her to slow down, and instead she sped up. Dr. Robbins did report this as well. We are one of the only cut-through streets that has not been offered speed bumps or turnabout circles, and it is very concerning. Why? Many of the neighbors on this street and a few that do dare to walk their pets have written to the current mayor of Palmetto Bay. In addition to the previous, yet nothing gets done. If this bridge goes up through, I plead with you to take a serious look at blocking the street off, because people are going to continue to speed through this street in order to bypass the traffic light 144th Street and 82nd Ave. Since COVID, the volume of traffic in Palmetto Bay has been much lighter, and we really think the funding should be used to put in the turnabout circles or speed bumps on our street rather than putting into a bridge which is going to ruin our street and surrounding neighborhoods even more. Dara Vorse, 8720 Southwest 155th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. My name is Dara DeVorce. I live at 8720 Southwest 155th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida. I am requesting that each and every member vote no to the Connector Bridge project on Southwest 87th Avenue in Palmetto Bay. This project was presented to the BCC without public knowledge by non-elected District 8 Commissioner using an emergency COVID process. The bridge is neither an emergency nor does it have anything to do with COVID. This use circumvented allowing the citizens in Palmetto Bay the opportunity to voice their opposition. Constructing the bridge will bring thousands of cars and traffic who will gridlock Southwest 87th Ave in our residential, quiet, peaceful neighborhood and with nowhere to go. A bridge to nowhere. As the gridlock on 87th Ave approaches the east-west 152nd Street, traffic will divert through side streets to access Southwest 152nd Street, which will gridlock. This will also occur Southwest 144th Street as Southwest 87th Ave dead ends at 141st Street. Our neighborhood was not built to accommodate a commuter traffic. My late husband, Kenneth Vorse, was a licensed civil and traffic engineer with 50 years of experience. He concluded in 2018 this is not the solution to the traffic issues on the south side of the canal where overdevelopment has occurred. We have fought this bridge many times over the last 20 years and the last 7 years, and the last time we fought this, tens of thousands of homes and apartments have been built south of us. The additional traffic will be unimaginable and will ruin our neighborhoods. I'm a retired construction project manager with FDOT with 43 years of building many of the largest roadway and bridge construction projects in Miami-Dade County. My retirement project was Section 5, the 826-836 Interchange Project. We constructed roadway portions of 826 to allow for an upcoming managed lane project, which was constructed afterwards. However, due to the major public outcry over traffic congestion on the general purpose lanes, the department decided to reverse what was constructed, and one of the express lanes is being removed and will revert back to a general purpose lane. If the FDOT can correct a poor design, spending millions to correct it and do the right thing, then the TPO can certainly vote no to this bridge project approval. Why in the world would the TPO move forward with a certain disastrous outcome and make this mistake? I implore each and every member of the TPO to vote no on this bridge. Robert Saba, 7420 Southwest 172nd Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I am writing to respectfully request your support in opposing the construction of the 87th Avenue Bridge. The onslaught of traffic and the ways-directed invasion of residential side streets will destroy a beautiful and beloved Miami-Dade County community and gravely endanger pedestrians and cyclists, and particularly all the young children who, as of now, can and do safely ride bikes and play outdoors. I'm a commuter myself, hence I understand the Dade County traffic problems, but I also recognize this bridge project as a band-aid for me and other South Dade commuters. It is not going to shorten commuting times or make a dent in the traffic congestion, just funnel traffic to new and different bottlenecks under the pretext of fixing a problem. The bridge amounts to taking a wrecking ball to a community that my neighbors and I have helped build with love and pride over many years. A March 10th Miami Herald article by Linda Robinson, "Walking is hazardous to your health in Florida, the deadliest state for pedestrians," highlights the dangers that Palmetto Bay residents and especially their children faces from the onslaught of traffic. I will quote some relevant parts of the article, which was based on a report from Smart Growth America. "We continue to design and operate streets and prioritize the speedy movement of vehicles at the expense of safety for all people who use them," the report says. Many states and localities have spent the last 10 years focusing on enforcement, running ineffectual education campaigns, or blaming the victims of these crashes, while often ignoring the role of roadway design in these deaths. Meanwhile, the death count has continued to climb year after year. This 10-year increase in deaths is a failure of our government at nearly all levels, undoing the damage caused by decades spent building dangerous roads and car-scale development takes continuous and ongoing commitment, the report says. FDOT may have taken some important initial steps and clearly continues to have champions working to make streets safer, but the state has lost the momentum and will needed to truly implement that change, and people walking continue to pay the price with their lives. Rathi Govin, 8590 Southwest 140th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. I am writing to vehemently oppose the construction of a bridge on Southwest 87th Avenue across the canal between Southwest 164th Street and Southwest 163rd Street. The bridge will not solve the traffic issues at 152nd and 144th Streets are not capable of safely handling any additional traffic. Marilyn Todd, 14545 Southwest 84th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. The bridge must not be built. The number of cars that will flood the narrow streets of Palmetto Bay will endanger the children and families who walk and bike through the neighborhood. It is a community that safely uses the neighborhood streets for walking and biking throughout the day. It will force families indoors for safety reasons. This is unconscionable. Danielle DeResta and Ann Addison, 8782 Southwest 161st Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. We are writing to ask you to oppose construction of the 87th Avenue Bridge in Palmetto Bay. As residents of the area for over 30 years, we were concerned about the way the bridge would negatively affect the neighborhood for the following reasons. The estimated improved traffic flow, reducing commute time by 4 to 5 minutes, will just move the traffic bottleneck to another neighborhood. The bridge will only extend the traffic 20 plus blocks because 87th Ave ends on 141st Street. Traffic delays will happen at the various intersections. Furthermore, the study citing improved traffic flow was done years ago and does not take into account improvements underway, such as rapid transit bus system, improvement on Old Cutler Road, traffic circles, smart traffic lights dim along US 1, and traffic reduction due to a permanent work-from-home workforce. All this will do is move the traffic bottleneck from one intersection to another, 141st Street. The bridging of all Miami-Dade County was something Miami-Dade County Commissioners did not want included in the resolution because you would have to answer to your constituents. The resolution was amended to only include District 8. The item was moved forward after reference to throughout the county was removed, basically telling the residents of District 8, not in my backyard. Commissioner Danielle C. Higgins was not elected by the citizens of District 8, but appointed by the Commission. The citizens of District 8 were not afforded a democratic process to vote for her or another candidate. And Commissioner Higgins has now proposed building the 87th Avenue Bridge without a single District 8 vote. How can you in good faith support this project when the resolution has been amended so it would not impact the residents in your community? This bridge will forever destroy the village of Palmetto Bay. The cost of the bridge plus all the other costs along this new stretch of road not designed for increased traffic is not worth a temporary reduction in traffic 3 to 6 months, as studies have shown. Once navigation apps detect a faster route to a destination, the traffic will be diverted to it. This will be short-lived and traffic will get worse. According to the National Center for Sustainable Transportation funded by USDOT, congestion relief itself is a dubious claim when it comes to road expansions. Transportation experts have repeatedly found that building new roads inevitably encourages more people to drive, which in turn negates any congestion savings. Sylvia Willen, 8781 Southwest 148th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33176. No to the bridge on 87th Ave. Building the bridge on 87th Ave within a residential community will not solve anything. It would increase the traffic and cut-throughs and burden the village of Palmetto Bay. Then two communities will be upset and issues of traffic flow will still be an issue. Then what will be done? Look for another solution. No to the 87th Ave bridge in Palmetto Bay. Carlos Zuniga, 16392 Southwest 86th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I must again implore to properly represent the voice of reason and vote no to this disastrous project. Studies show the bridge will bring little over 1 minute relief to commuters from the south. This is not the answer, and the multi-million-dollar cost should be directed towards defining an actual solution. The logic of this project seems tainted by other and bigger interests, as it surely brings no benefit or solution. Instead, it will create hardship and risk to those affected by the new traffic patterns to nowhere.
Jamae Robertson, 16715 Southwest 80th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. With the massive amount of development the county has allowed south of Palmetto Bay, US 1 needs relief. I believe this bridge was anticipated years ago with growth. Well, the growth happened. As people are returning to work after the slowdown time caused by the virus, every week the traffic gets worse. Many people are still able to work from home, but not everyone. I see the 77th Avenue Bridge in the future. I have been caught in the parking lot traffic on Old Cutler too many times. Downtown is starting to come back. It will only get worse unless the county slows down the rapid growth. It seems the developers own the county, but what's new? Deborah Nuremberg, 14760 Southwest 83rd Place, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. I am a resident of Palmetto Bay and in opposition to the bridge installations. I don't understand why this agenda item has resurfaced without recent traffic studies and resident input. In my immediate area, we don't have any sidewalks, and even now it is a challenge to walk the streets without cars having to swerve around us. The bridge would make this situation worse. Please consider not rushing into this venture. Alan and Chris Arroyo, 16121 Southwest 87th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. As 34-year residents of Palmetto Bay, we oppose this bridge for the following reasons. In January, Commissioner Cohen Higgins presented two blatant lies to the other commissioners: that the bridge would connect Black Point to Broward when 87th Avenue dead ends at Southwest 141st Street, and that everyone wants this bridge without any public meeting or responding to emails of our constituents. We do not want this bridge. She also suggested that people living in this area are elitist. In 1 block radius, we have Cubans, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Scottish, Chinese, French, Colombians, Venezuelans, Jamaicans, Swedish, and even native Floridian. We are not just neighbors, we are a family. It is despicable when people are sick, dying, unemployed, and hungry that an unnecessary bridge was added to an emergency COVID package. This was an unethical and dirty trick that our commissioner did. It has been determined by the previous commissioners that opening this bridge would cut the commute time of those coming from south of Southwest 168th Street by 2 minutes. Has anyone considered the increase when traffic coming south of 186th Street on US 1 cuts through on Southwest 186th and 168th Street? Has anyone added commute times for those of us living in this area with this added traffic? All previous commissioners have rejected this bridge because they knew it did not solve any problem. Once taxpayer money has been wasted on this bridge to nowhere, people will see that you have moved a traffic problem rather than doing anything to solve it. They won't be saving time. Someone walking their dog or children playing on the streets is killed because these side streets have no sidewalks. And you have destroyed our peaceful, quiet neighborhood. It will be too late. Please vote no to this terrible bridge. Michael Kuntzman, 7470 Southwest 173rd Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. Please do not approve the Southwest 87th Canal Bridge or any other canal bridges in Palmetto Bay, which will bring unbearable traffic to quiet streets and neighborhoods. Please find solutions that do not involve hurting the residents of Palmetto Bay by increasing through traffic. The bridge at least would provide only a small reduction in Southwest 87th Avenue corridor congestion. It would, however, open neighborhoods to the north and south of the bridge to a substantial increase in cut-through traffic. Research shows the streets with substantial cut-through traffic have some of the highest pedestrian and cyclist injury rates due to the motor vehicles collisions. The cost of the bridge could be as high as $12 million, and there are many other more effective ways of reducing congestion for this amount. Todd Ellenberg, 9300 Southwest 176th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. As a 30-year resident of Palmetto Bay, I am writing to express my support to build the 87th Avenue Bridge. Our entire county has experienced growth and development over the decades. Palmetto Bay is no exception. However, infrastructure has not kept up with this development, resulting in severe traffic in our community. This not only creates inconvenience, it poses a safety hazard for emergency situations and vehicles. The building of the bridge on an arterial north-south county road will help relieve traffic by enabling connectivity through the village. The bridge has been recommended by county transportation planners for more than 40 years to help complete the grid and enable the proper movement of traffic. For the overall good of the village and larger community, I urge you to approve the building of the bridge. Rosa Santiago, 16272 Southwest 88th Avenue Road, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I urge you to vote no on the 87th Avenue Bridge. This simply will not alleviate traffic in Palmetto Bay. All it will do is encourage more cut-through traffic. And with 87th Avenue ending on 141st Street, all all of the cut through will end up right back on 82nd Avenue as commuters still want to stay off US 1. Not only will the bridge not be of any help, but 152nd Street and 144th Street going west cannot handle the volume of cars that will now be trying to go west. Those traffic lights on a normal day are backed up for blocks. With a bridge, the traffic will be backed up even farther. A bridge is not the answer. Antao Chen, 8601 Southwest 140th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. The bridge only leads cut-through traffic to another dead end a couple of miles down the way. It only moves a problem from 168th Street to 141st Street. It doesn't solve the problem, and it will make more people in a bigger area to suffer from the same problem people south of the proposed bridge are suffering. Please vote against it. Feng Li, 8601 Southwest 140th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. Extending 87th Avenue by a couple of miles to another dead end doesn't solve the problem and cause many residents close to the new dead end to suffer. TPO should make the extremely underutilized busway into an express lane while buses can still use it. Make it one-way northbound in the morning and southbound in the afternoon. Adds 2 lanes. Instead of 3 lanes each way on US 1 now, it'll have 5 lanes in the direction where most traffic goes and 3 lanes in the opposite direction. Ronald and Lena Cheeseman, 15625 Southwest 87th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I am respectfully requesting your support against the construction of the 87th Avenue Bridge. The bridge would not fix the traffic problems. However, it would cause further traffic problems in my neighborhood from the proposed bridge at the canal on Southwest 87th Avenue to Southwest 141st Street. It will also greatly affect the surrounding area. We enjoy our neighborhood streets, as do our neighbors. A bridge will really bring down walking with our dogs, children, seniors, jogging, bicycling. It would bring backed up traffic and noise. It would not be safe for us to continue our activities, especially for children and for senior residents. I ask that you reconsider and adopt other measures to improve traffic issues before deciding to build a bridge. We are also concerned for property value. We have lived here since 1993. Millie and Stuart Perlman, 15820 Southwest 85th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. Stop letting my right be stolen. Vote no on the 87th Avenue Bridge. Zach Bayash, 15620 Southwest 86th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I have been a Palmetto Bay resident since 1976, just off of 156th Street and 86th Avenue. I was lucky enough to purchase the family home from siblings after my parents passed away. Please do not approve the Southwest 87th Avenue resolution. The plan resolution does nothing for residents moving in a northward path and providing relief to our traffic issues. The pass-through does not provide a solution. The proposal will simply divert traffic to a standstill at our crossroads, 152nd Street and 144th Street. 87th Avenue does not provide direct access to US 1 and simply delays the inevitable and added congestion on 152nd Street and 144th Street. Traffic will be at a standstill, and the only thing for certain is substantial cut-through traffic and cars looking to subvert the congestion on 87th Avenue caused by no direct access northward to US 1. Southwest 152nd Street and Southwest 144th Street are not built to handle the increased congestion, and a bridge would only simply cause a quiet neighborhood to suffer the consequences of inevitable gridlock. 87th Avenue and the surrounding streets is where my 3 young boys feel free to bike ride, run, and jog. I cannot say I will feel comfortable with allowing my boys the freedom to bike ride, run, and jog the same way I do now if the bridge goes through. Research shows that streets with cut-through traffic have some of the highest pedestrian and cyclist injury rates due to motor vehicles collisions. Additionally, this approval for our 87th Avenue Bridge could lead to 58 other possible canal bridge sites in Miami-Dade County. Please consider the 87th Avenue Bridge is not a solution for our traffic issues, simply opening up a quiet neighborhood to traffic gridlock, which provides no clear-cut solution other than diverting the inevitable traffic pattern with nowhere to go. Thank you for your advance for hearing our voice. Ed Swaken, 7501 Southwest 174th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I want to reiterate my support for the bridge over the C100 canal at 87th Avenue. Since submitting my previous email to you in February, over 100 additional members of the Palmetto Bay and Cutler Bay communities have signed the online petition supporting the bridge. There are now over 440 members who have signed. I would encourage you to vote in favor of building a bridge at Southwest 87th Avenue across the C100 canal. Michael Nuclo, 14830 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33176. I am writing to voice my adamant opposition to the proposed 87th Avenue Bridge in Palmetto Bay. This bridge will have an immediate and tangible negative impact on our community while doing nothing to improve traffic. 87th Avenue lacks shoulders, lacks sidewalks, and some parts and driveways are not designed to allow for safe exit from our homes once traffic is flooded onto our street. This will endanger our children, whether they be walking, on their bikes, or in their cars as we back out. This will turn quiet streets into little more than cut-throughs for residents of Cutler Bay and other communities further south. We have enough traffic as is, and foolishly pushing cars from US 1, which is designed to handle this type of flow and should be the focus of further improvement, onto an entirely residential street is the epitome of government short-sightedness and arrogance. The few meager studies cited to support a bridge are both unpersuasive and outdated. Potential commute time cuts are measured in mere minutes and will be quickly wiped out due to induced demand. The problem must be solved on US 1. The harm done to our community with this wasteful bridge should be an absolute non-starter. The political opposition in Palmetto Bay has been resolute, and I am one of many citizens who would see my family directly affected by this. Spending millions of taxpayer dollars on this would be a travesty. I urge you to oppose this bridge. Silvio and Christina Fontes, 7601 Southwest 148 Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33158. We oppose the 87th Avenue Bridge. Constructing the bridge is not the solution for the traffic problem long term. We need a reliable transportation system. Bus and Metro Rail should be expanded. Palmetto Bay residents choose to live in this neighborhood because of tranquility to raise families. The bridge would increase robberies, traffic accidents, and be a threat to people bicycling and kids. Please do the right thing. Stop the bridge. Erica Whitler, 8205 Southwest 168th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I support the bridge. Judith M. Briggs, 9800 Southwest 189th Street, Cutler Bay, Florida, 33157. I live in Cutler Bay. I do not have a commute any longer, but I am still boxed into my area to go anywhere except between the hours of 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. due to the incomplete bridge. This creates a huge problem for scheduling appointments, meetings, and air reservations. Mass transportation will not solve this problem because you have to get to the station. It can take 1.3 hours to get to Dayland South at prime commuter time. This is unacceptable. Build the bridge. It is our right to a better life for the majority of all. Ineska Stojic, 8700 Southwest 155th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. It is vital that you reject the 87th Avenue Bridge in Palmetto Bay. Due to the layout of 87th Avenue, the project will necessarily force highway traffic onto neighborhood streets during rush hour, and everyone agrees on this. Ms. Higgins and potentially other officials, including Mayor Cava, we are waiting to see what Ms. Cava will say, have demonstrated deliberate indifference toward the community by fast-tracking this project without current studies and safeguards. And historically, rush hour traffic through neighborhoods leads to traffic-related casualties, which are sure to happen if this project moves forward without proper review. Thank you for reading this. This bridge would harm 87th Avenue and neighboring regions irreparably while offering mere minutes in reduction of commute time for some south that will be eclipsed by induced demand quickly. Approving this bridge means spending millions of dollars destroying neighborhoods and helping no one. Please reject this bridge. Here is a petition I created with close to 1,000 who opposed this bridge. https://www.ipetitions.com/petition/palmetto-bay-residents-of-bridge. Sherry Jordan, 250 Northeast 25th Street, Miami, Florida, 33137. I support the 87th Avenue Bridge. I commute to Cutler Bay, and connectivity is extremely important, as well as the safety of the residents in District 3 of Palmetto Bay. Anna, Gerald, Michael, and Matthew Scally. 16221 Southwest 85th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. My wife Anna and I brought our home here in 1977 because Palmetto Bay was an attractive residential neighborhood with excellent public schools. We raised our 5 children here. It seems like every 5 or 6 years there would be a push to build a bridge across the canal at 87th Avenue, Southwest 87th Avenue. And every 5 or 6 years the majority of the people in Palmetto Bay would say no and push back, and the bridge was never built. Why no? Because the people of this community very much want to preserve the tranquility of our neighborhood, that special quality which made having a home here attractive in the first place. A more peaceful place for our families and children, away from the rushing traffic of the main thoroughfare US 1. Building the 87th Avenue Bridge will bring that rushing traffic directly through our community. Palmetto Bay shouldn't be the highway that people south of us are using to go somewhere north. Our quiet neighborhood should not pay for the problem of US 1 congestion. The real focus should be on finding more efficient solutions to easing the flow of traffic on US 1, or else all neighborhoods around US 1 will face continued efforts to pass more and more traffic through residential areas where families live and kids play. Don and Connie McCartney. 8595 Southwest 168th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. The proposed bridges have been part of the county plan for the past 40 years. It's time to build them. Cynthia Damos, 14441 Southwest 80th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. The end goal of opening the roads through the village of Palmetto Bay is to create more development in the Cutler Bay area, specifically near the mall. People are being told this is to help their neighborhood, when in the end it will just create an extreme amount of traffic. 82nd Avenue is already dubbed US 2. 87th Avenue will quickly become US 3, and 77th Avenue will be US 4. This will deplete the value of the homes in Palmetto Bay, and instead of being known as the Village of Parks, we will be known as the Village of Cut-Throughs and Traffic. Please don't ruin our neighborhood. Please put the focus on creating more traffic lanes on US 1, where the cars headed to the development in Cutler Bay belong. Please don't ruin our village with bridges that will lead to extreme traffic. The original plan to put bridges in those locations was decades ago and way before Waze existed. As a former reporter and news anchor in Miami, a native of Miami and a resident of Palmetto Bay, I implore you to do what's best for our village, and that is to not ruin it with cut-throughs and traffic in the interest of developers. Judy Freeby, 16900 Southwest 88 Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I have lived in District 3 of Palmetto Bay for 25 years. I support the connectivity that is needed by completing this arterial road, not only to alleviate some of the gridlock we face daily, but also for the safety that will be provided to residents that have an emergency situation. Speed humps and no turn signs are not providing traffic relief. Only the bridge will give some relief and will hopefully be a small piece of a larger remedy as we move forward. Danielle Diaz, 10039 Southwest 218th Street, Cutler Bay, Florida 33190. I'm writing you today to ask you to approve the bridge. Please follow the recommendations of the experts and build the bridge. Thank you for allowing and listening to the community input. Yolanda Anido, 16225 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I bought in Palmetto Village for the simple fact to retire at our present home. Since we purchased a home, we have had over $2,000 in upgrades. Never in a million years would I have suspected of this bridge situation. To my husband and I, safety, security, parks, and the overall outlook of the village sold of in buying our home. 2 years ago, in was a case closed decision not to build the bridge. Little opportunity has been provided during COVID restrictions for the village residents to meet and discuss as a whole. We believe that the situation was taken advantage of to get this issue pushed through. Why the rush to build the bridge? The changes in traffic patterns since the intact by COVID on the commuting has reduced traffic to what it was 10 to 15 years ago, per our neighbors in the village. The county has promised traffic solutions that are ready to move forward. These traffic circles will have a positive impact on flow without the bridge. There are many unknowns that this rush to build will not provide answers to. The Village Inc. for several reasons: better parks, better safety and security, and to have control of our zoning. I vote against the bridge. David Scholl, 8505 Southwest 146th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. I am writing this email in regards to building the 87th Avenue Bridge. I strongly object to this and believe our rights, people living in the neighborhood affected by this, were stolen from us. We were not given the appropriate and fair opportunity to argue this decision, and it was passed without appropriate public announcements. I strongly oppose the building of the bridge and would urge you to vote no on the 87th Avenue Bridge. Manuel and Ana Maria Casañas, 14321 Southwest 78th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. We are property owners in Palmetto Bay and respectfully urge you not to approve the Southwest 87th Avenue resolution because the reasons to not build the bridge far outnumber the reasons to do so. We deeply sympathize with people who are caught in the traffic gridlock every morning and every afternoon, and the desire for a solution is overwhelming. Unfortunately, the 87th Avenue Bridge will do nothing more than provide a glimmer of hope, which will soon fade in after its completion. If the 87th Avenue Bridge is built, we will soon see that all it produced was false hope, a huge expenditure of taxpayer funds, further destruction of our safe and quiet way of life, loss of property value, and exponentially increased traffic. The simple starting point to resolving the traffic problem lies in putting a stop to all new development in the southern part of the county until current and future traffic problems are resolved. A case in point is a proposed mixed-use development named Shores of Palmetto Bay, which includes approximately 114 two-bedroom dwellings. Each of these units can accommodate 4 drivers and 4 cars, potentially adding almost 500 cars to our daily traffic nightmare. Additionally, the developer applied for a variance to allow for only 1 parking space per unit. This type of thoughtless overdevelopment is what has caused and what will continue to cause the traffic problems in the southern end of the county. Following are some key points that summarize our thoughts. The bridge at best would provide only a small and temporary reduction in the Southwest 87th Avenue corridor congestion. It would open neighborhoods to the north and south of the bridge to a substantial increase in cut-through traffic and encourage more traffic to the area. Research shows that streets with substantial cut-through traffic have some of the highest pedestrian and cyclist injury rates due to motor vehicle collisions. The cost of the bridge could be as high as $12 million, and there are many other more effective ways of reducing congestion for this amount of money, and approving this first canal bridge could. La Jerka Kolb, 8700 Southwest 155th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. It is critical that you reject the 87th Avenue Bridge in Palmetto Bay. This project will force highway traffic into neighborhood streets during rush hour. Everyone agrees on this. Ms. Higgins and potentially other officials have demonstrated deliberate indifference towards the community by fast-tracking this project without current studies and safeguards. Rush hour traffic through neighborhoods leads to traffic-related casualties, which are sure to happen if this project moves forward without proper review. Please reject this bridge. Maria C. Cresty, 8161 Southwest 170th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I am for building of the bridge on 87th Avenue. Dennis and Kathy Calhoun, 16130 Southwest 84th Place, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. We moved to our home in 1995 because of the quiet neighborhood and are very opposed to the building of the bridge at Southwest 87th Avenue because of the increased traffic it will cause. Sarah Lopez Gaella, 8651 Southwest 142nd Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. I purchased my home approximately 25 years ago and chose to live in North Palmetto Bay because I grew up here and have great memories of this neighborhood. The bridge has not been here for 40 plus years while I have lived here. It should be grandfathered in, no bridge. I am respectfully requesting that you vote no to building the 87th Avenue Bridge. This bridge would only extend 87th Avenue by 1.4 miles, which dead ends at Southwest 141 Street. This bridge would allow thousands of additional motorists to cut through my neighborhood, trying to avoid US 1 and all other quiet Palmetto Bay residential streets via ways. The additional traffic in North Palmetto Bay would be a detriment to our neighborhood, significantly reducing my property value and significantly negatively affecting my and all of my Palmetto Bay's quality of life. I'm afraid 87th Avenue will become the new US 1 with an unending amount of cars constantly cutting through our quiet streets to avoid US 1. We would no longer be able to walk our dogs safely or bike in the neighborhood. The traffic specifically between Southwest 141 Street and 144 Street, 3 blocks, would be a constant, never-ending line of vehicles trying to escape the traffic light at US 1 and Southwest 144th Street. The cars will also try and avoid the backup on US 1 and Southwest 152nd Street and cut through every street available to get to US 1. My house might as well be sitting on US 1 if the bridge happens, and who wants to live on a freeway? Please ask yourself, if your home was going to have all the negative aspects of this bridge brings, would you want the bridge to be built? Would you be willing to sacrifice your quality of life? Would you want to sacrifice your property values, your family's safety? Would you be willing to have thousands and thousands of cars driving past your driveway, cutting through your neighborhood, all to save commuters an extra 5 minutes? I urge you to find an alternative option. Open up bus lanes northbound in the AM, southbound in the evening. Expand US 1. Extend the Metro Rail. Elaine Whitmore, 7520 Southwest 175th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. Please stop the bridge. Bridge proposals have long been opposed by a significant majority of the people who live in Palmetto Bay, as evidenced by votes on the matter. Please respect the wishes of the people who live in the village, many of whom will have a serious decline in safety and quality of life if the bridge is allowed to be built. The marginal traffic relief that would result from the building of this bridge does not equate to enough of a change in traffic density flow to create a need to build this or other bridges in the village. Rampant growth to the south of the village should not be guiding this decision. Rather, developers should be required to develop plans, implement, and fund those actions that will address the transportation road needs of all who live in and north of their proposed developments. Without an acceptable plan, they should not be able to build anything. The old saying, just because you can doesn't mean you should, applies here. Just because land is available to develop doesn't mean you should. The infrastructure can't handle any more traffic without adequate preparation to handle the resulting traffic from each development. Finally, while this vote has been rushed by the county commission and has been allowed to follow emergency channels instead of regular channels, is beyond reprehensible and raises serious questions of why and who stands to gain from this. Even the mayor has asked that this follow regular channels, yet the commission continues to push this through. Why? Please do the right thing and stop the bridge. Stella Summers, 15730 Southwest 87th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I strongly oppose building the 87th Avenue Bridge for the safety of families and children in our neighborhood that will forever be negatively impacted. My husband and I have lived in Palmetto Bay for almost 30 years. We now watch many new young families with children safely playing on the roads that our children once played on. I urge you to consider the imminent danger to our community due to the increase in traffic and dangerous cut-through traffic of speeding drivers that building the bridge will cause. Please understand that most of these streets do not have sidewalks. Children ride their bikes, skate, and play on the streets. The possible consequences of a driver speeding through side streets merely to save minutes is just not worth it. As a teacher for nearly 30 years, the well-being of children has always been of primary concern. The horrible memory of being the first at the scene of a child who was hit by a school bus while riding his bike near his school compels me to advocate for safe streets today. A bridge means that these streets will no longer be safe for our children. I have attended meetings in the past and listened carefully to traffic study presentations that concluded the bridge will not provide any significant or lasting improvement to traffic. The bridge to nowhere will extend the traffic problem for only 1 mile and in turn cause safety concerns for an entire neighborhood. Please vote no to the bridge. Vasanth Govind, 8590 Southwest 140th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. I am writing to you to place on record my opposition to the construction of a bridge on Southwest 87th Avenue across the canal between Southwest 164th Street and Southwest 163rd Terrace. Building a bridge to connect only 2 more blocks is not a good solution. Extend the Metro Rail. Mark Summers, 15730 Southwest 87th Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. In January 2017, the Complete Streets Design and Guidelines was published and supported by Grant 1U58DP005957, funded by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. The study was a partnership with Miami-Dade County and Kimley Horn with additional guidance from Miami-Dade Complete Streets Design Guidelines Staff Resource Group. The summary and the intent of these guidelines was to fulfill objectives of the Safer People, Safer Streets Local Action Resolution R-529-16. The 176-page study is focused on the safety and well-being of the community residences. Based on the study, I feel the typology of 87th Avenue north of the proposed bridge will lose its neighborhood street characteristic and be redesignated at the least as a feeder road, less friendly to pedestrians and cyclists. My question is, has the complete streets design and guidelines been taken into consideration, and has the added cost of its recommendations been accounted for in the conceptual budget? As a citizen, I believe this process has been rushed and that a decision without further discussion would be unfair. I oppose the bridge. Miriam Del Campo, 16055 Southwest 84th Place, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I have lived in this lovely and peaceful community for 25 years. I am very concerned about Ordinance 20-38, which has stripped the right of Miami-Dade County residents to have their voices heard on pertinent issues, which are up for vote by the county commissioners. You were elected by us to represent our best interest and protect our rights. You have a responsibility to your constituents to do what is in our best interest. Stop letting our rights be stolen. COVID-19 state of affairs allows for online communication. When and if CDC recommendations such as social distancing and large crowd gatherings are of concern, Commissioner Pepe Diaz is serving his last term. Apparently, he feels that he no longer has the responsibility to allow voters the right to be heard on issues that affect our county and the voters directly. You do the right thing. I am also vehemently opposed to building a bridge on 87th Avenue in Palmetto Bay. This will bring an inordinate disruption to our peaceful way of life. Our neighborhood, especially around 87th Avenue, would be destroyed. Please vote no on the 87th Avenue bridge. Renee Reitlin, 14275 Southwest 232 Street, Miami, Florida, 33170. What has changed since 2018 to prompt the bridge building? An appointed and unelected commissioner living south of the canal has a self-interest in making this happen under the pretense of a COVID emergency. Traffic has decreased as a result of the COVID pandemic, allowing more people to work from home. Will the extension of the 87th Avenue north just 1.2 miles or 22 blocks resolve the traffic congestion issues? No, with 5 four-way stops and 1 traffic light within this distance, the congestion will only continue north. Will the cost of the bridge really be only $3 million? No, that is based on a 2006 estimate. Updated cost and construction experts indicate the bridge will cost about $10 million. Is the connection of 87th Avenue north from Southwest 163rd Terrace to Southwest 141st Street really part of the master plan? If so, it's outdated. Perhaps if Southwest 87th Avenue could be connected to the Southwest 87th Avenue on the west side of the South Dixie Highway, it would make sense. However, Miami-Dade County sold land to developers in the late 70s and early 80s, which prohibits the connection of Southwest 87th Avenue any further north of Southwest 141st Street. Our prior elected District 8 Commissioner allowed her constituents to voice their positions through many town hall meetings and thoroughly researched the effects and results of building the bridge. A quote from her statement in 2008 reads, "After full deliberation, I determined that I cannot support construction of the bridge at this time. I am greatly concerned that the solution proposed will harm the quality of life for many, while providing only partial temporary relief for those who currently suffer intolerable traffic congestions in the neighborhoods." She took a very brave stance. It's no surprise she is our Miami-Dade County Mayor today. I urge you to be brave and say no to the bridge. Fernando A. Rodriguez, 8360 Southwest 162nd Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. Unfortunately, this bridge will do little to nothing to alleviate the traffic in the area. Instead, it will cause irreparable damage to our community and neighborhood, as traffic will be spread out throughout our quiet streets, where our kids will have limited access to ride bicycle and safely play in and around their homes. I respectfully request that you vote not to build this bridge and save our neighborhood so our kids can enjoy it safely. Alejandro Parrott, 8650 Southwest 174th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I wanted to send this email to let the TPO and Dade County Commissioners know that I oppose the building of the bridge on 87th Avenue to connect North and South Palmetto Bay. This is a quiet neighborhood on both sides of the canal, and opening up that bridge will undoubtedly bring more traffic to the area. I believe that Dade County needs to finish the other traffic calming projects, i.e. circles on Old Cutler and 136th Street, as well as the circle at the dangerous intersection right outside of my house. Engage their effect and success before piling into another project. What if those projects do alleviate traffic enough to the point that there is no gridlock? Wouldn't we want to know those results before deciding to plow through the neighborhood? I know if it is built, the amount of traffic will absolutely increase and degrade quality of life. Juan and Jessica Padilla, 8520 Southwest 160th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. As a voter in Miami-Dade County and a resident of Palmetto Bay, I am making my feelings known on the proposed 87th Avenue Bridge. I oppose the 87th Avenue Bridge totally and completely, as this is my neighborhood, my family, and my neighbors that are going to be directly affected. I do not see any positive aspect to the project. Destroying another quaint part of Miami will not do anyone good. The charm of this neighborhood and the reason I moved here is in large part due to the peace and quiet and escape from the hustle and bustle of the city. It is why all of the thousands of families, all of whom are voters, moved here. Getting away from traffic, the noise, the danger of speeding vehicles, and the reduction in crime are all primary factors in what make this neighborhood special. Please do not take away that from us. Do not destroy one of the most peaceful, family-friendly, and beautiful areas of Miami-Dade County because some bureaucrat thinks it's a good idea or is lining their pockets by special interest. Please do not negatively change the place I love so someone can save 5 minutes in their daily commute. Try to imagine your home, your neighborhood, your place of peace being tragically changed forever by some short-sighted planning committee. Please do not be the ones to destroy this wonderful neighborhood and cause all the problems that will arrive with the building of this bridge. I am pleading with you and asking you to use your better judgment in this matter. All of Miami-Dade and Palmetto Bay is watching. All of your constituents are watching. Make the right choice. Please stop the 87th Avenue Bridge. Lisa Dasher, 8441 Southwest 142nd Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. I am voicing my concerns over the county's involvement in our community transportation thoroughways. More importantly, we need further evaluation of the bridge project, and the residents of Palmetto Bay need to fully understand the impact of the project, including the cost, construction timing, and impact to the community. I respectfully request Mayor Cava approve the continuance at this meeting. More importantly, as a resident of Palmetto Bay, I am staunchly against the bridge development in our community. It does nothing to improve the traffic flow of the residents who live in the community, but rather it allows transient traffic to flow through our community on a daily basis, increasing the traffic in the area that cannot support the additional flow. Lockwood Pyrie, 8720 Southwest 159th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. How in good conscience can a community transportation office, construction company, politicians, and citizens of this, our county, put forth a destruction of another neighborhood's values without their own self-interest at heart? Please continue with your own past opposition to initiate further destruction of Miami's neighborhoods by opposing this 87th Avenue issue. The future will hold many streets closing and one way, as in Coconut Grove, Coral Gables, and numerous places in our county and country today. This will prove a detriment to living peacefully in this community. Oppose a bridge to open 1.3 miles of roadway, always. Marcela Gutierrez, 15921 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. One of Commissioner Cohen-Higgins' arguments for the construction of this bridge is that fire rescue response would be better if bridge is built extending 87th Avenue 1.4 miles. Do you honestly believe any emergency vehicle would use this 1.4 mile extension with no connectivity to US 1, excessive increase in traffic, 4 traffic stops, and 1 traffic light? Furthermore, there are 2 fire stations within 1.5 miles of where this bridge would be built, and no studies have proved that fire emergency response has been decreased because of the lack of this bridge. I urge you, TPO board members, to vote no to this bridge. This bridge will only increase traffic in our village, thus decreasing our safety and air quality. It could be your district next, so please vote no to this bridge. James Anderson, 18025 Southwest 87 Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I do not support the 87th Avenue Bridge, County Bridge. US 1 and Old Cutler are better equipped to handle the addition of high-density residential buildings that are going up now and planned for in the future here in Palmetto Bay and Cutler Bay. Special interest groups and organizations that are pushing for more buildings, more cars, and more gas burns should help pay for the improvement of the infrastructure prior to saturating our community. This is putting our community in a situation of making poor decisions that have short-term congestion benefits and with long-term detriments. Targeting one community with one bridge will not solve the issue. We need leadership that will think bigger and come up with better solutions that benefit everyone. Stephen Stojic, 8700 Southwest 155th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. It is critical that you reject the 87th Avenue Bridge in Palmetto Bay. This project will force highway traffic into neighborhood streets during rush hour. Everyone agrees on this. Ms. Higgins and potentially other officials have demonstrated deliberate indifference towards the community by fast-tracking this project without current studies and safeguards. Rush hour traffic through neighborhoods leads to traffic-related casualties, which are sure to happen if this project moves forward without proper review. Please reject this bridge. Bruce Phillips, 8420 Southwest 141 Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. Our newly appointed Commissioner of District 8 has resurrected a bad idea that will destroy the serenity and safety of the city of Palmetto Bay. The idea has been rejected by the TPO in the past because it will not have a positive impact on improving traffic congestion. Why was the bridge resolution scaled down to just this one bridge? But more importantly, the bridge to nowhere, as it is known, will only add a 1-mile stretch to 87th Avenue if built. The stretch of road dead ends at another canal and leads right back to an already existing traffic choke point on 82nd Avenue and Southwest 141 Street, another canal. So where is the time savings? It must be understood that all of the north-south avenues in this area and on the east side of US 1 lead right back to US 1, which commuters are avoiding. Traffic in this area, like the rest of Miami-Dade, is terrible, and any cut-through street, no matter how short, will only induce more demand as commuters head toward the central commerce areas of the county. This problem cannot be solved by this bridge. Expressway infrastructure and mass transit are the only solutions. The new busway plan and the Old Cutler Road improvements are a step in the right direction for sure, and we want to thank you for that. At the very least, these improvements must be given a chance while long-term transit solutions are developed. Please vote against the bridge agenda. James M. Winterick, Sr., 8600 Southwest 179th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I am a resident of Palmetto Bay and support the bridge. Please support bridging 87th Avenue through Palmetto Bay. The traffic created by our neighbors south of Palmetto Bay need to be recognized and accommodated. Kristen Summers, 321 Stonehouse Road, Tallahassee, Florida 32301. I grew up in Palmetto Bay and my parents still reside at 15730 Southwest 87 Court, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. This bridge has been a topic of contention for most of my recent memory. I'm opposed to the construction of the bridge as it will significantly change the character of Palmetto Bay and neighborhoods immediately surrounding 87th Avenue. The construction of this bridge would be detrimental to the property values and way of life that the residents of Palmetto Bay appreciate. Moreover, it is a violation of the wishes of the residents of that community, as has been made repeatedly clear over the past several years. Jesse Summers, 31 Booth Street, Gaithersburg, Maryland, 20878. My parents, long-term residents of Palmetto Bay, have voiced concerns over the expansion of 87th Avenue. They are concerned that the connection of 87th Avenue via the proposed bridge project will increase congestion in their neighborhood, and the resultant traffic will impact the safety of their evening walks as well as the safety of other pedestrians and cyclists. Thank you for your consideration of this feedback while assessing the upcoming decision to implement this project. Leanne Delgado, 8600 Southwest 163rd Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I am writing to express my concerns regarding the proposed bridge on 87th Avenue. The bridge is not a solution to the traffic problems currently affecting residents south of 168th Street. The idea of a bridge is simply a convenience for motorists utilizing 87th Avenue for commute. A neighborhood's primary goal is that of its residents, not of the motorists traveling through its roads. The neighborhoods south of 168th Street deserve a real solution. These frustrated residents need help resolving the traffic they are experiencing in their neighborhood. This bridge is not going to solve this problem for them. The only problem the bridge is going to solve is that of the drivers who are frustrated with their commute. The bridge is strictly a convenience. These people are frustrated with the lack of connectivity and are using the traffic narrative for their advantage to push their agenda forward. If the bridge is built, it will negatively affect yet another neighborhood north of 168th Street who will also need saving in years to come. Waze and all other navigation apps will begin to calibrate the new route and invite far more cut-through motorists to the area, causing much more traffic. This bridge equals more traffic, not less traffic. No bridge.
Kathy M. Emery, 7273 Southwest 146th Street, Circle, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. I oppose the building of the 87th Avenue Bridge as this is a public works project based on incomplete traffic data and flawed conclusions. The currently available information that discusses and analyzes this bridge project focuses on the fluidity of traffic up and down the Southwest 87th Avenue corridor, as well as the impact on other north-south avenues and east-west street through Southwest 87th Avenue. However, there is little focus on the traffic consequences that would result in the northernmost end of Southwest 87th Avenue. The failure to thoroughly account for and provide a comprehensive plan on the traffic impact for the north end of Southwest 87th Avenue to US 1 makes the traffic data significantly incomplete. The building of the Southwest 87th Avenue Bridge will create a situation where the volume of traffic will make the intersections at Southwest 87th Avenue and Southwest 144th Street and Southwest 141st Street impassable. As you know, Southwest 87th Avenue in Palmetto Bay begins one block east of US 1 at Southwest 144th Street, which is a narrow residential street with little to no traffic at the present time. The next major cross street with access to US 1 heading south on Southwest 87th Avenue is Southwest 144th Street. The distance between US 1 and the Southwest 87th Avenue intersection of Southwest 144th Street is approximately 2 blocks. This 2-block area is already quite congested with a Baptist urgent care facility, a multi-store shopping center, a dental office, and newly opened bank among the different businesses on this portion of Southwest 144th Street. The substantial additional traffic that Southwest 87th Avenue would carry cannot be managed by the present state of this area, where cars traveling west on Southwest 144th Street to enter US 1 are already backed up close to 87th Avenue during much of the day and beyond 87th Avenue at rush hours. The closest distance from Southwest 87th Avenue to US 1 is this relatively small area. Traffic commuting through Palmetto Bay will use these narrow streets to enter, exit US 1 to continue their journey north and southbound. While some of the data indicates that the 87th Avenue Bridge would reduce travel times by various minutes for these commuters, the data fails to acknowledge and address the inevitable delay in the travel due to the slow flow of traffic in this narrow and already congested area. This delay would appear to offset any benefit in commuting times. Moving forward with this project is not justifiable, absent a comprehensive and realistic analysis of the traffic flow in the northernmost end of Southwest 87th Avenue. Public works projects are meant to improve the overall infrastructure and development of our community. Such projects cannot be viewed in isolation, since any project will result in some consequences to other matters in the community. However, to move one project forward that will result in disproportionate and detrimental consequences to a large part of the local community is irresponsible. The quantifiable value the 87th Avenue Bridge is projected to bring, reduce commuting time by a few minutes, is not sufficient to justify the cost of the project and the obvious traffic congestion that will result at the intersections at Southwest 144th Street and Southwest 144th Street, areas that are not capable of handling the resulting traffic. I recognize there is a constant struggle in the county to address traffic issues. However, using funds for this bridge does not advance a tangible solution to the congestion in this specific area of the county. For these reasons, I oppose this public works project. Stephen Del Campo, 16055 Southwest 84th Place, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33158. I have lived in this lovely and peaceful community for 25 years. I'm very concerned about Ordinance 20-38, which has stripped the right of Miami-Dade County residents to have their voices heard on pertinent issues, which are up for vote by the county commissioners. You were elected by us to represent our best interests and to protect our rights. You have a responsibility to your constituents to do what is in our best interest. Stop letting our rights be stolen. COVID-19 state of affairs allows for online communication when and if CDC recommendations such as social distancing and large crowd gatherings are of concern. Commissioner Pepe Diaz is serving his last term. Apparently, he feels that he no longer has a responsibility to allow voters the right to be heard on issues that affect our county and the voters directly. You do the right thing. I am also vehemently opposed to building a bridge on 87th Avenue in Palmetto Bay. This will bring in an inordinate disruption to our peaceful way of life. Our neighborhood, especially around 87th Avenue, would be destroyed. Please vote no on the 87th Avenue Bridge. Ray and Patricia Hayes, 7575 Southwest 173th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. The solution to the traffic problem is not adding bridges in Palmetto Bay and allowing South Dade development to continue to go unchecked. More development in South Dade will result in more cars, probably one passenger per car, added to our roadways. Disrupting our Palmetto Bay neighborhood and our quality of life cannot be the right solution to this traffic problem. Michael Cornely, 16298 Southwest 88th Avenue Road, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I ask you to kindly vote no on A1, no to harming neighborhoods and to push traffic where it is intended to be on major roadways and legislate actual traffic improvements, of which 92 others have been on the books for the past decade. Can you seriously sit and tell the community that this bridge that extends 1.4 miles through a slow neighborhood is a traffic solution for the South? Who is this bridge really helping? Because from what I see, you are leading on a community ravaged by traffic, by a bridge to nowhere, and shoving yet another downtown down the voter with the transfer of Southland Mall for mixed-use development. You as the leaders and legislators should lead by example and push the long and expensive solutions that bring real traffic solutions to the community, not bandages on broken community side streets that make life miserable for yet another community. How many lawsuits does Miami-Dade want to be involved in for destroying neighborhoods with traffic? Because this would be number 4. For the other city leaders, is this something that you want to be involved because your communities are next and deserve better? Monica Gutierrez, 8340 Southwest 141 Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33158. I moved to this area from Kendall to avoid the excessive traffic and congestion. Unfortunately, my street is already used as a through street from US 1. If this bridge passes, we are going to get even more traffic, and the traffic will be nonstop. We already have speed bumps on 141st Street, but they are spaced so far apart that we still have excessive speeding down the street, and one day someone is going to be killed or seriously hurt. Nothing has deterred the speeding, and passing the construction of the bridge will only increase the odds of this happening. Whoever lives farther south and is being affected knew the amount of congestion and time that it would take to get to and from school and work when they moved to the area. Why should we suffer the consequences by allowing the bridge to pass? I again say stop the bridge. Helena Ledbetter, 15600 Southwest 85th Street, Miami, Florida, 33157. Please consider the big picture. Vote no for the bridge. Please work on real solutions to alleviate traffic coming from south of Palmetto Bay, like public transportation tunnels, new express lanes, second floor above US 1. Please plan for your approved construction south of Palmetto Bay. Please vote no to the bridge that will not solve any traffic issues, only ruin our wonderful community. Anita Ramirez Diches, 15905 Southwest 77th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. It is inconceivable that this subject proposal be voted and approved in an unlawful manner in which it was done without proper hearings from the public. It is a well-known fact that the bridge is largely opposed by the local residents and will surely ruin their quality of life and will not be a permanent solution to the traffic problem. The bridge will only shift the traffic congestion to other US 1 intersections such as Southwest 152nd Street and Southwest 144th Street. The quality of life of Palmetto Bay residents will be sacrificed without bringing a solution to the traffic problem. In addition, the approved and planned traffic circles for Old Cutler have not even been constructed yet, so the impact of these circles has not been seen before proceeding with this bridge. You are elected to make thoughtful, logical, and fair decisions using careful and lawful process. This has not been the case in this proposal, and this proposal should be struck down immediately. Isabel V. Alvarez, 8700 Southwest 160th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. This is to advise that I am a resident of the village of Palmetto Bay, Florida, who opposes the building of the bridge on Southwest 87th Avenue over the C-100 canal inside the city. The bridge proposed by non-elected District 8 Commissioner Danielle Cohen Higgins will only invite cut-through traffic to those trying to avoid US 1. The village of Palmetto Bay is a quiet residential district, which character will change with the expected increased traffic. It makes no sense that the proposed cure for congestion is to increase roadway traffic capacity. The bridge will just invite more traffic. Numerous studies have documented the phenomenon of induced demand in transportation. Basically, if you build the extra lane bridge, more drivers will come, continuing the congestion. This makes the building of the bridge to decrease traffic fruitless. Furthermore, past traffic studies estimated that northbound traffic on Southwest 87th Avenue would only be decreased by less than 5 minutes. The bridge would only turn the village quiet streets into a major commuting roads. If heading north, Southwest 87th Avenue ends at Southwest 151st Street, which will create a bottleneck backup. When heading south, Southwest 87th Avenue ends at Southwest 134th Street. If the purpose of the quickly passed short notice resolution is to promote the county's policy that the county's arterial network extend without dead ends, the purpose fails due to the 7-block gap between Southwest 134th Street and Southwest 141st Street. Thank you for your attention to this matter, which is a very important issue for the village residents. Michael Turkal, 15921 Southwest 87th Avenue, Miami, Florida, 33157. I am 25 and I have lived at my house for 25 years. My neighbor to the left, 45 years. My neighbor in front, 30 years. My other front neighbor, 35 years. Next to her, 40 years. We have heard all the back and forth of saving 2 minutes here, a minute there, a half there. But there is much larger factor at stake here that no one can debate and no one can dispute. In just my corner alone, we are over 175 years living in our homes. The worst part is, when I told my neighbors I wanted to focus on the length of time we have been in our homes, most responded the commission won't care. If you vote for this bridge, we'll prove them right. Additionally, in the many hours of listening to these meetings, I count on one hand the amount of pro-bridge voters who have lived in our community for more than 10 years. I cannot understand why our neighbors on the other side of the canal wish to push this traffic through our neighborhood. One would think the community would fight to preserve, not destroy. Any person who is pro-bridge has sadly fallen pawn to the developers building in Cutler Bay and Southland Mall. This bridge will destroy what is left of our village. Do not build this bridge. Edward Adamy, 8500 Southwest 160th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. As a voter in Miami-Dade County and a resident of Palmetto Bay, I'm making my feelings known on the proposed 87th Avenue Bridge. I oppose the 87th Avenue Bridge totally and completely, and this is my neighborhood, my family, and my neighbors that are going to be directly affected, and I do not see any positive aspect to this project. Destroying another quaint part of Miami will not do any good. The charm of this neighborhood and the reason I moved here is a large part due to the peace and quiet and escape from the hustle and bustle of the city. It is why all of the thousands of families, all of whom are voters, moved here. Getting away from the traffic, the noise, the danger of speeding vehicles, and the reduction in crime are all primary factors in what makes this neighborhood special. Please do not take that away from us. Do not destroy one of the most peaceful, family-friendly, and beautiful areas of Miami-Dade County because some bureaucrat thinks it is a good idea or is lining their pockets by special interests. Please do not negatively change the place I love so someone can save 5 minutes in their daily commute. Try to imagine your home, your neighborhood, your place of peace being tragically changed forever by some short-sighted planning committee. Please do not be the ones to destroy this wonderful neighborhood and cause all of the problems that will arrive with the building of this bridge. I am pleading with you and asking you, use your better judgment in this matter. All of Miami-Dade County is watching. All of your constituents are watching. Make the right choice. No to the 87th Avenue Bridge. Joseph McNichol, 15000 Southwest 86th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33158. Please allow me to express my strong opposition to the proposed amendment that would call for the construction of a new bridge along Southwest 87th Avenue over the C-100 Canal between Southwest 168th Street and Southwest 144th Street. This proposed project has been considered multiple times by elected officials in the past, and firm decisions have been made to not proceed with this project. I am pleading with you to continue to honor those carefully considered and firm decisions made by some current and previous elected officials concerning this proposed amendment. Angela Bracci, 17422 Southwest 84th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am in favor of building this bridge. Alberto Sepik, 8350 Southwest 144th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33158. I am respectfully requesting your support against the construction of the 87th Avenue Bridge. Catherine Jordan, 7000 Southwest 70th Avenue, Miami, Florida, 33143. I am emailing my support for the Southwest 87th Avenue Bridge. This project is long overdue, and with the continued building in Palmetto Bay and in Homestead, the bridge is much needed. Gonzalo Almada and Gabriela Villar, 8562 Southwest 148th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33158. We oppose the 87th Avenue Bridge. 1, it will not solve the traffic problem long term. The traffic problem was created by allowing unrestricted housing developments without the corresponding expansion of roads, such as 2-lane Old Cutler Road, Metro Rail expansion to the south, and a reliable bus system. 2, it will destroy the tranquility of the Palmetto Bay Village by an increase of robberies and traffic accidents involving bicycles and minors. 3, we should focus on an environmentally friendly solution to the traffic problems, such as the expansion of the Metro Rail line. Enabling the use of cars will disrupt the noise level of the residences, increase pollution, etc. Please do the right thing. Stop the bridge. Paul R. Stanton, 9102 Southwest 159th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am respectfully requesting your support against the construction of the 87th Avenue Bridge. The primary result in extending Southwest 87th Avenue northward over the Cutler Drain Canal is to extend the traffic misery already in effect another 2 miles to Southwest 152nd Street, Southwest 144th Street, and Southwest 141st Street. It will affect not only those living on or near these streets and the 87th Avenue corridor, but those living northwest and northeast of a new bridge, as the gridlock which will occur on 87th Avenue will cause cut-throughs through now quiet, unlit streets without sidewalks, traffic backups westbound on 152nd, 144th, and 141st Streets, now bad, will become intolerable. A bridge will not alleviate the traffic on South 60 Highway. It will actually increase traffic northbound north of 152nd Street. This matter was approved by the Miami-Dade County Commission without any discussion on last-minute agenda addition by the dubious use of emergency powers by a new appointed commissioner. In other words, a cram down. Ladies and gentlemen, I beseech and expect you to use your due diligence in your deliberations in place of the total lack thereof given you by the Commission. Derek Ross, 16200 Southwest 88th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am not in support of the bridge of 87th Avenue. I am not in support of the bridging of 87th Avenue. I am not in support of the bridging of 87th Avenue. Vaden Govid, 8590 Southwest 140th Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I strongly object to the construction of a bridge on Southwest 87th Avenue across the canal between Southwest 164th Street and Southwest 163rd Terrace. The bridge will just spread the gridlock to a larger area, but by inviting more traffic from the south to enter residential neighborhoods, the existing problem will not magically go away. John Cunningham, 8325 Southwest 157th Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. As a resident of Palmetto Bay that enjoys being outside, I'm strongly opposed to the 87th Avenue Bridge. There are far too many cars in our neighborhoods right now, making Palmetto Bay a dangerous place to live. I can't count the number of times I have been nearly killed trying to cross 82nd Avenue at the pedestrian crosswalk near Southwood. My kids can't walk or bike to school, which is less than 1 mile away, because the streets of Palmetto Bay are unsafe. There are almost no sidewalks and a tremendous volume of cars. Even if you think that roundabouts and bridges and completing the grid will all move more cars to the village at a faster speed, it won't. It's only a temporary solution, making it more and more dangerous. Recently, I followed a huge delivery truck cutting through the village, driving up Southwest 77th Court, a street with no sidewalks. Again, the goal should be to get trucks out of the neighborhood so people can safely take their dogs for a walk and kids can walk to school. Why would we implement measures incentivizing trucks to bypass US 1 and go through our neighborhoods? The focus needs to be on US 1. US 1 is a highway, and highways are designed and intended to move a large volume of cars quickly. The only reason so many cars go through Palmetto Bay's neighborhoods every day is because it is quicker than using the highway. Temporarily, making the neighborhood route even quicker will only result in more cars taking the neighborhood route until travel times are back to and ultimately slower than where they are now. Ain St. Fleur, 15505, Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I strongly oppose the bridge on 87th Avenue. I've been living on this avenue for 10 years, and I choose this neighborhood for its peace. I do not think this bridge will solve any traffic problems, and 87th Avenue ends at 144th Street, so people will have to go back to US 1 anyway. Also, this bridge would bring lots of traffic pollution, noise, and accident. It will destroy the tranquility and safety of our neighborhoods. Also, our elected representatives in Palmetto Bay are opposed to this bridge. I am surprised that an unelected commissioner who was able to rush and pass a resolution to build that bridge, especially during the pandemic when meetings are so difficult for the public to attend. So I would suggest that the $3.1 million budget for taxpayer money be allocated to public transportation. We have to protect our planet, and it starts by protecting our neighborhood. Do no to the bridge. David Gruber, 9355 Southwest 181 Street, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I live south of the proposed bridge site, and I am voicing my opposition to the proposed bridge on 87th Avenue over the C100 canal. A bridge at this location will just move the traffic bottleneck north a few streets. I would prefer to see public money spent on other mass transit projects that may actually remove drivers from the roads. Nancy Baldwin, 8620 Southwest 161st Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am in opposition to the 87th Avenue bridge being constructed. The true cost, or even the true estimate of the cost, is nowhere to be seen by the voting board or the constituents of Commissioner Cohen-Higgins. You are entitled to all the facts about the cost of building a bridge, especially if it is for aesthetic purposes only. This bridge will extend Southwest 87th Avenue only another mile to yet again another dead end. It ends at another canal. In my opinion, this is Commissioner Cohen-Higgins' appeasement to the developers, not a traffic solution. Please remember, she first introduced this resolution under a COVID emergency meeting as a blanket to cover all of Miami-Dade. This was quickly nixed by alert commissioners, and this newer version should be as well. There needs to be more updated specific data with pros and cons in the construction of this particular bridge. Wouldn't it be better to be well informed before you vote? We are a forward-looking county committed to finding cleaner climate solutions for the next generations. This should include protecting our neighborhoods from more cut-through traffic. We don't need more bridges to increase traffic through our small communities. We need more sidewalks and green areas to enjoy not the traffic. US 1 is on our main artery in South Dade, and the money should go into finding ways to improve traffic flow on the main artery. The proposed bridge is definitely not the answer to our traffic woes. Please don't waste the taxpayers' money. We always remember this when that happens. Thank you for your time and service to our communities. James C. and Deborah Warshwell, 8660 Southwest 161st Terrace, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am writing in complete opposition to the bridging of Southwest 87th Avenue north of 168th Street. Bridging will forever alter Palmetto Bay by increasing traffic and risk to children and families that walk this mostly quiet neighborhood. Commissioner Higgins is apparently convinced without updated information that this investment will improve traffic flow by several minutes, moving the traffic bottleneck northward 20 blocks. Traffic extended on 87th Avenue will end at Southwest 141st Street, requiring drivers to proceed left to US 1 or right back to 82nd Avenue. Neighborhood cut through traffic will expand and be unchecked. It is important to consider traffic improvements already underway in South Miami-Dade, including a rapid transit bus system, improvements on Old Caldo Road, traffic circles, a smart traffic light system along US 1, and traffic reduction due to a permanent change to a home-based workforce. The original bridging proposal to include all of Miami-Dade County to complete the grid was something fellow commissioners did not want included in the Higgins resolution. That was amended to only include District 8. This is unacceptable as citizens both for and against have not been afforded the opportunity to speak out on the issue, rather have it put to a vote on a bureaucratic and questionable COVID fast-track process. The message to the residents of District 8, a newly appointed commissioner can move forward but may not rock the boat or affect any other commissioner's district in Miami-Dade County. Given that hesitance, it is hard to reconcile how it is possible for each of you to blindly support this project. I'm asking for your support to consider making a huge mistake, and while not one of your making, one over which you have total control. Gilbert Vieira, 16020 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. I recognize that traffic is getting worse as new construction continues to take place in Homestead, town of Cutler Bay, village of Palmetto Bay, and Southland Mall that may be developed into a mixed-use development. All this is happening without the proper infrastructure, and this little bridge will do nothing. To address the increased traffic demand, you are proposing a bridge over C-100 Canal on 87th Avenue between 164th Street and 163rd Terrace to move traffic 22 blocks because 87th Avenue ends at 144th Street. According to the traffic study done in 2018, this will improve traffic by 1 to 2 minutes. If you have visited this area, you will see the avenue, streets, and homes on 87th Avenue were not built for this increase in traffic. What this bridge will do is force traffic from US 1 onto neighborhood streets via Waze and other navigation apps. How are you going to guarantee the safety and health of the pedestrians, kids, and bicyclists in this area? Is it that you don't care about our community? The first tragedy that happens, I will make sure to remind everyone that it was because you showed deliberate indifference to our community. Why rush through the construction of this bridge when so many traffic improvements are underway that truly appear to have a significant impact on traffic reduction? These include BRT, smart traffic signals, traffic circles, turbo-reversible lanes on Old Caldo Road, and increase the park and ride locations. How about allowing cars at peak times on the busway for a fee? Offer free ridership on buses until demand is high. I propose you to stop residential construction to the south until all these traffic improvements are completed and allow commercial construction like the e-commerce and logistics industrial park being requested to bring jobs to the south and create a reverse traffic pattern. Please don't ruin another community like you are trying to do with Miami Lakes, Kendall, Silver Bluff. It is in your hands. Jessica Dolby, 15241 Southwest 86th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida 33157. Thank you for your service to this community and this opportunity to address this issue publicly. Others have discussed the unorthodox manner in which this issue was brought before the Commission and the favors this entailed, the inexplicable lack of up-to-date traffic studies taking into account navigation apps, and the false claims of greater connectivity. I want to address the human side of this. I want the commissioners to know who the people are that they will be irrevocably harmed with this bridge. Since this issue was slipped into the agenda using questionable emergency powers, the people of Palmetto Bay have been profoundly worried and upset. We have been subjected to abuse and ridicule by neighbors down south and even the mayor of Cutler Bay, who scoffed at the concerns of our residents and called us elites. This kind of dehumanizing language makes it easier to ignore our arguments. The residents of Palmetto Bay are not elites worried about property values. We are retirees, teachers, police officers, firefighters, small business owners, neighbors, family, and friends. We are people who have worked hard all our lives to build our dreams and care for our families. Come to our village any afternoon and see the many babies and strollers, children, seniors, disabled citizens out walking, riding, and enjoying the neighborhood. The thought that any of them could fall victim to any angry, speeding driver cutting through the neighborhood streets to get home 2 minutes faster is terribly distressing. It is acknowledged fact that the bridge will cause increased traffic on 87th Avenue and the surrounding areas. The full extent of the damage it will cause, however, has not been addressed. What will happen, Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, should this bridge cause the exact problems the citizens of Palmetto Bay have warned about? Have you, Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, had meaningful, open-minded discussions with the residents of Palmetto Bay regarding these concerns? The citizens of Palmetto Bay want comprehensive traffic solutions, not traffic issues pushed further and further north, causing massive destruction along the way. Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, we are your constituents. Please listen to the residents who will be irrevocably harmed by this bridge before rushing it into Jimmy Abraham, 20659 Southwest 91st Court, Cutler Bay, Florida 33189. The 87th Avenue Bridge will tremendously help the area south of the bridge as well as north of the bridge. The south has an excess amount of traffic, which has turned into a huge safety issue. The bridge will assist with traffic flow. Please support the bridge. Catherine Abraham, 20659 Southwest 91st Court, Cutler Bay, Florida, 33189. Please value the expert recommendations, the traffic studies, the actual sources and data over the emotionally driven opinions of a handful of Palmetto Bay residents. The Department of Transportation and Public Works recommends the bridge as well. With record number of amounts of people moving to South Florida and the recent increase in residential building construction, connectivity is extremely important. Vote yes for the bridge. Mike Hernandez, 17801 Southwest 84th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. My family and I thank you for helping everyone south of 168th Street get out of our perpetual gridlock. Build the bridge. Tulio Lacono, 15241 Southwest 86th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. Thank you all for your service to the community. This segment of 87th Avenue terminates in the village of Palmetto Bay without leaving it. Miami-Dade County has already recognized this termination point with no outlet sign posted at the end of 87th Avenue in Palmetto Bay. What fact could be more important to this issue? In the context of this project, connectivity means nothing more than the creation of a new traffic pattern. The fact that this road terminates in Palmetto Bay and the fact that a new, potentially dangerous traffic pattern will result in physical facts that are not disputed. The primary sponsor of this project, Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, seems from her statements and her actions thus far to be indifferent to what is clear. Indifferent by trying to make this poor excuse for connectivity the actual flagship for future connectivity projects. Indifferent for using buzzwords like runs and arterial in the underlying resolution without recognizing that there is a present termination point. Indifferent for not insisting on safeguards, traffic calming measures, and other proposed solutions to traffic confinement. Indifferent for suggesting that a grid system can somehow result from a roadway that is useless in itself for commuting, and indifferent for ignoring the direct safety hazard that will result by referring to studies that in fact recognize that neighborhood traffic is inherently dangerous. In short, this project ranks low on the connectivity scale and high on the potential danger scale. Due to the known characteristics of this stretch of Southwest 87th Avenue, this project as a standalone project should be rejected now as it has been in the past. Please be a leader willing to scrutinize the facts for the people. In the end, this will result in real traffic solutions that we can all be proud of. We trust that Miami-Dade County TPO will insist on protecting those families and citizens which this proposed project places in harm's way. Bill Dieterl, 15755 Southwest 87th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am strongly opposed to the legislative resolution to build a bridge across the Cutler Drain Canal C100 and thereby connecting Southwest 87th Avenue between Southwest 160th Street and Southwest 163rd Terrace, wasting millions of Miami-Dade taxpayer funds. We urge you to disapprove this initiative as it would only marginally and temporarily solve any traffic problems in South Dade and would have a devastating and permanent effect on those living on the north side of the proposed bridge. It is also worth noting the bridge has been rejected by the TPO in the past because it would not have an impact on improving traffic congestion. Unfortunately for the residents just south of the proposed bridge, their existing traffic congestion will not be improved by a bridge. Traffic control circles are already in place and regulate speed and flow. Bridge or no bridge, the slow, steady stream of cars will not diminish and will get worse due to induced demand. Regrettably, the appointed Commissioner Danielle Cohen-Higgins used the COVID-19 emergency, which allowed her to circumvent the appropriate public notice to get an item on the agenda that has nothing to do with the pandemic. This was unfair and undermines the entire process. It would also be worth knowing that the motivation of Ms. Higgins excludes the other proposed bridges from her resolution. The construction of the bridge across the Cutler Drain Canal C100 is a major project costing millions of taxpayer dollars and years to plan and construct. The bridge will not have a long-term effect on traffic and will probably be the most expensive stretch of 1 mile road in Dade County. Commissioner Danielle Cohen-Higgins should focus on a more substantive and less divisive approach to finding strategic and sustainable solutions to the South Dade traffic dilemma, including mass transit. Matthew Rubino, 14441 Southwest 80th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33158. I am writing in opposition to the Southwest 87th Avenue Bridge over C100 Canal. This bridge will only bring more problems and headaches to Palmetto Bay. Cutting through our streets is already a major issue, and this will only make it worse. This will also open up more development south of the bridge, which will, again, cause more traffic issues. Where will the next bridge be after that? The real issue is making Old Cudern and US 1 work properly. Get the traffic lights to work together, causing less stopping. Time the lights properly for turn lanes and expanding where possible, and there is a lot of areas that this could happen. This bridge is only going to save people 2 to 3 minutes in their commute, but will ruin homeowners' property value and quality of life. Please don't ruin our neighborhood. Jesse Bayag, 15620 Southwest 86th Avenue, Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33157. I am a concerned Palmetto Bay resident who is opposed to the 87th Avenue Bridge. I live on 86th Avenue, just one street over from the proposed bridge. I understand that there is a traffic problem, but the proposed bridge does not offer a long-term solution, only delays the gridlock for a few additional blocks. In so doing, you are ruining quiet neighborhoods. Unfortunately, the poor planning and overdevelopment of municipalities in South Miami-Dade are affecting our neighborhoods. My house has been in my husband's family since 1976. We love Palmetto Bay and we love our neighborhood, and so much so that we have chosen to raise our 3 boys here. The bridge will